Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going Cube 2 of the weekly contest 437, Eat Pizzas. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me in Discord, let me know what you think about this one. I'm from New York. Sometimes my accent comes out, so my apologies. But when that is that I eat a lot of pizza, so I know a pizza when I see one. Unfortunately though, I did not do that well on this one. It took me 20 minutes and 2 wrong answers. This one you may expect as a result is a greedy problem, greedy solution rather, a problem with a greedy solution, but definitely very tricky to get the right exact greedy. And the way that I was thinking about it was I was trying to use, I'm explaining my wrong answers first because for me I feel like that's the thing that's different about my videos, right? Is that, I knew that you cannot literally be greedy and just go down the line, right? And by going down the line, I mean just, giving assuming that you sort, you take the biggest number, then the next 2 biggest, and so forth, and then greedy on the smallest one, right? So okay, but what does this mean, right? Because the reason why I knew that wasn't the case was that I had something like what did I have, like 982 or something like that, maybe, where in this case, if you just take 98 and you take if you take the 98, you actually keep the 8 and then the 1. This wasn't it. I think there was another case. But it was I skipped the number. That's why, because I explained it wrong. But yeah, the first number you always want to take the max number actually. So that one is fine. So you take the 10, and then next you have and let's pretend there are a lot of numbers to the right, just to be clear that we're not considering, right? Because we're always going to, like, if you look at the form, the idea, we always want the W and X to be the smallest number. I'm not going to go over that part because that's greedy, and that part I think it's very more understandable, right? But yeah, and then now there are a couple of cases that are kind of like this where you want to go, okay, well, do I go 9 and then, so now we have to do a even, and even we actually keep the second biggest number and not the largest. And so do you want to do like 9 and 1 and then an 8, or do you want to do 9 and 8 and then a 1? Oops. So it turns out that in both these cases are the same because you take the 1 and then the 8. But then you could also have done 8 and 1 and then a 9, right? So in this case, you actually take the 1 and the 9, which is 1 more than this number, right? So that's basically the idea that I was building off, and I thought with this I could do some kind of exchange principle with greedy. But I did submit a wrong answer as a result. I was like, let me just honestly, if you even watch the live version, I knew that I was not very confident about this at all. I was like, if I get lucky, obviously. But I also knew that it would take me a long time to debug it. So it was a strategy to just submit it. This idea of just looking at 3 numbers at a time, and then kind of throw that in. I thought that if I got a test case, then I was able to do it. And then I got a test case. It was good. It allowed me to kind of figure it out a little bit. But then I kind of refreshed the page and then lost that test case and then had to do it again. That's why I got 2 wrong answers. Is that I did the wrong test case twice, so that was a little bit silly. But it turns out that what's very often with exchange argument is that you're looking at a local thing that allows you to globally optimize, right? That is some part of the core idea. The problem with this problem is that this local optimality of exchange does not actually represent the global optimization, which is why this is wrong, right? And you can think about that as that if you have just more numbers, let's say you have 9, 8, let's say we kept the prefix 9, 8, whatever, and then just say a lot of zeros. Just I know that 0 is not valid, but you could pretend there are a lot of zeros on the end. And then in this case, what you would do, or something like this case anyway, what you would do, right, is that you would actually do 2 zeros, right? You do 0, 0, that costs 0, but then it gives you a 9 on the next one. And then the next one you have to do 2 numbers, so then you do 0, 0 again, and then now you do 8, and then now you do 0, 0, and then you do a 1, or something like that, right? I might have mixed it up, but that's the idea, right? So that you take them because you have enough numbers that you want to keep the 9 and the 8 and the 1. So this is one of the counter cases to what I was saying with the exchange argument and the greedy thing, right? From this point, I was very sad, obviously, because this is Q2 and I'm struggling quite a bit. But yeah. Yeah. So the idea then for me is that I noticed that, okay, well, does the order of picking matter? And that's what I was thinking about. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I mean, just to be clear, like we still want to match numbers with these things, right? Like there are, like I'm only looking at 2 numbers at a time, but you can assume that if we do this, then we have 2 extra really small numbers. This has 3 extra really small numbers, and so forth, right? So in that sense, inside each group, each move, it is going to be greedy, right? So if we have enough numbers, then I asked myself, how many picks do we get, right? So n is a multiple of 4. So that means that you get n over 4 total picks. Half of those are going to be odd, and half of them are even, with the first one being odd. So then I was like, okay, well, in that case, then we can just prioritize, because we want to greedy on all the large numbers, because that's where you can do an exchange argument of, okay, if I have this 8 and a future 2 smaller numbers, when would that ever make sense? And that's basically the idea behind this one. The code is still looking a little bit wonky. Maybe n should have been n over 4. No, this is fine, right? It's because we divided by 2. So yeah, so first we sort the piece of, I did a reverse equal to true. You don't have to, I don't know, doesn't matter. And then we took half of it, the first half, meaning the bigger numbers, right? Because my idea is that you always, no matter what you do, you always throw away 2 numbers at the smaller end, so we can just ignore them, because, you know. And this gives us n number of moves, right? N number of moves is this number divided by 2. Keeping in mind that we already divided by 2, so this is just the number of moves that you have, right? And then, as I said, half of them are going to be odd numbers where you take the max, and half of them are going to be even indexes where you take the even. This is for rounding up, and this is for rounding down. So for the odd index ones, we want to take the max, right? And then we pop. And then for the even ones, we want to just do it in a greedy kind of way, because and here we take the smaller number and then we pop the second smallest. But honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter how you do it, because now you have, like, say, you have you have some numbers left, like A, B, C, D, E, F. However you want to do it, it's still going to be the small. You're forced to take the smallest number, because you have to take 2 numbers and then keep the smallest number. And of course, if you you could go from the left, you could go from the right, it doesn't really matter. But the idea is that, okay, well, here, if you even just choose greedy, you have to do B and then D and then F. So as long as you keep every other index, is fine for this one. And that's it. This is going to be sorted by, dominated by this sorting, so it's going to be n log n. Everything else is linear and linear space in total. A very tricky problem, at least for me. As you can see, struggle bus. But yeah. That is all I have. I think it is just about thinking through, for me, greedy problems have always been a struggle. And I just kind of was a little bit short-sighted on the exchange argument without the global one, which is why sometimes it is tricky. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. And you can watch me solve it live in a contest now. All right. What other problem? Okay. Is it max or min? Max, okay. I was confused. You would think if you're trying to eat pizza, you'd try to get min weight, but okay. I guess that's a little bit awkward, but okay. So that means greedy, right? So on odd days, that's straightforward. I think greedy works, but can't prove it. Or at least the greedy per thing. How would you think about the second one, right? The smallest numbers don't matter. So then now, exchange argument, you skip, you eat. Now then you could exchange it for skipping and then eating, right? So you have, let's just say we ignore the last two numbers, then now you have 100 and 1. In this case, you would maybe something like 2, 1. In this case, you would choose 2, 1 and then keep the 9, so then you can eat the 9, right? I think this one's harder than it looks because of this. It's not greedy. Otherwise, people would have gotten it already, frankly. Though it's not clear that no one has gotten it, but okay, focus. So in this case, you eat this, eat these two, and then eat this one. Is quite optimal. So how do we do it? Do we look at just the top 3 and go so the exchange argument is that so let's say this is already on a even index, and the exchange argument would be on whether 9, 1 and then 2 is better than 9, 2 and then 1, or 2, 1 and then 9, which this would give 2. Now this would be 1 plus 2, this would be 1 plus 9, right? But then how do you order it in a consistent way then? Like how further down do you go? How further down do you go? Okay, when the odd goes, you always want the biggest number. That's fine. But then when you have the even, you always want the third number? Yes, because you get the next number anyway, so then it's always out just 3 numbers. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay, so you throw away the first. Right, so okay, so then now score is equal to pop, the biggest number. Okay, and then now we do the swap, right? Okay, so here, if length of queue is greater than or equal to 8, then we do have a choice. Okay, so actually the equivalence, if this is exactly 4, then we have no choice. So then here we have q.pop left, q.pop left. We take the second biggest, so score we add it by well, q.pop left, and then we just q.pop left, and then we can probably continue or break with the same thing because it will end the loop. But then now with this 8, right? So then 8, there are last 3, right? So that means that we do it 8 numbers at a time, and that is going to be 5 of those numbers don't matter, and then we only care about the last 3, right? Yeah. And then now we just take either the first or the well, this doesn't make sense, right? Then you always want to, is it always want to be greedy? I don't get it then. No, because if you have something like 8, right, then here you do want to take the 9 and then the 8, right? So I did this math wrong a little bit because the taking, what am I writing here? Okay, so we take the 9 and the 1, so I wrote it wrong. So then we take the 9 plus 2, and then here we take the 2 plus 2 plus 9? That doesn't make sense, does it? No, 2 plus 1. We take this. Oh, no. I messed this up again. You wouldn't take. Okay, so 9, 2, 1. You would take either. You take the 2, 1, and then 9, which gives you 1 plus 9, or you would take 9, 2, and then 1, which is 1 plus 2, but that's not 1. You do 9, 1, and then 2, which is also going to be 1 plus 2. Right? Does this ever change? So we have 9, 8, 1. First we do 9, 8. That's into 1. That's going to be 1 plus 8. If we do 8, 1 into 9, that's going to be 8 plus, oh no, 1 plus 9. So that's definitely more optimal. So definitely that already changed. Maybe, I don't know anymore. Am I consistent here? I think there's one more, which is that we do 9, 1 and then 8, which is actually 1 plus 8. So we just do the 3 combinations then, right? So then here we have score, we add it by max of, let's see, the biggest number is going to be in the front, so it's going to be R1 plus, so okay, so we take the biggest 2 numbers and then R2, or we take these 2, so R2 plus R1, which is the same, okay, not useful. I did this in the wrong order, I think that's why it's confusing. But okay, and then the last one is if you take R2 plus R0, But that's always going. I don't get it. But that always simplifies, right? So am I doing it wrong? I guess so. I think I should have gotten a wrong answer earlier. So that I feel like I'm missing a case. Like that's why I really want to do it, because this 5 minutes will save me some time if I had just done it earlier, right? Okay, so here we have print q. Here's what I meant to say. That's why I kind of submitted, because I think I was taking too long. Okay, so if this thing, you go 554. Oh no, this is wrong, because then here we can't get 5. Yeah, this is wrong. I thought I could simplify it this way, but a lot of people got it actually. Oh man, I lost my case. But I could see where I was wrong. But I don't know how to do it necessarily. I think my idea is not right. The first one is fine. Like you may take stuff from the middle just so that you have the max up front, right? I don't know how to do that necessarily. I'm really bad today. 200. A lot of people got the other ones. 200 people got it already, so I'm just really bad today. Okay, this is still true, and then we have 8, but that's not even necessarily a good thing. You sacrifice half the numbers no matter what. So then now, yeah, you wouldn't do it this way. You would say, okay. I don't know why I'm so bad. It is what it is. So then now, if I have this, then now I pop left to get rid of smallest number, and then now maybe on the smallest thing we kind of swap the order, which is a little bit confusing. Okay, so then now if there are 2 left, then we're good. Otherwise, we take the 2 smallest number maybe. I wish I had that case that I lost, because that is just dumb of me to give away. I thought I had it on my thing, but on my paste. Yeah, q.pop, and then so score we added by this, and then q.pop again, and then we do right. So that's the idea, but I don't know that this is right. It's not even right for the input, which is good, actually, honestly. Oh, wait, this is because I didn't divide by 2. Okay. Still wrong, which is good, honestly, because I'd rather it be wrong now. But it shouldn't be wrong in this way, so that's actually awkward. We got rid of this. We did the 8 plus. Oh, this 2, and then this is pop. Yep. Okay, is this wrong? Probably, honestly. I can't even get this print statement to work, so... Alright, YOLO submit. Okay, I think this is the same wrong answer, which is, that's the part that sucks, but I feel like I'm going to spend more time debugging it otherwise, so I feel like it is what it is. I am just having a tough day. That's okay. If your tough days are tough, then, you know, you just have to have good days to make up for it. Hopefully I'll have more good days in the future. I don't know why I'm struggling though. Okay, so you start with right? Here. Oh, we expect 15, huh? So we have 5. Next we're doing even. We're doing even, then don't we do 5 and 4? And then we get rid of the 5. Oh, I guess you could do 5, 5 and then 5, 4. Oh, Then how do you do it? Okay. I don't know. Why am I so bad at it today? Okay, so my idea was wrong as well. I could have tested for this, but it's fine. Okay. Sometimes you just need a hint. Okay. So so the gradient the other way is wrong as well. In that, yeah. I see. I think I get it. Okay, so here we just need to do the count, right? So maybe that's the way to do it. I'm just bad, right? So n is equal to number of pieces. So then now that means that we will have n over 2 plus 1 odd ones, right? So odd ones. And then how do you do it? And then even ones we want to do pick well, this is an add. Even ones we want to pop this, well, we have to pop it, but then we also want to pop the second one, right? Isn't that already even? Line 15. Okay, so if n is, if they're 5. Okay, so this is always is a even number actually, right? So n, yeah, because it's a multiple of 4, so it's a multiple of 2. So this shouldn't matter. But then why is it doing it this way? And they should be the same. Why? N over 2. Oh, n is the new thing, not the old thing. Okay, so then now. Wait, no, n is the new, but if we delete 2 things each, n is, okay, now it's just really wrong for this one anyway. Why? Why am I so bad at it today? I don't know. Okay, there's still numbers left is why. Maybe this does need to be there. Okay. I'm not critically thinking today. Hopefully this is right though. This could still be wrong. Okay. That was a hard one. I am not doing well. Let's see how down. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem, this contest, everything in between. Yeah, stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.